Hello everybody. I've got a really thought out video for you today. I can just do it from here. That's awesome. Yeah, let's do that. Oh, I love this. Share and share. That is so great. Yes. It is shared. My video now is shared. That took 2 seconds. Oh yeah, I also wanted to make mention. There's this bottle up here, this bottle of Perrier. The reason why it's here, it's not that I like garbage in my house. That was the very first thing that I bought that I didn't need. And I bought it because I wanted it and it was pleasurable to me because I love sparkling water. It's not the greatest thing for you, but like I love it. And so I keep that bottle up there as a reminder, and it's in every single one of my videos to remind myself that I can have what I want. I can have things that are pleasurable to me. And then there's also this little plaque right here. It says, "The best man for the job is often a woman." Also a reminder that women rock. So yay. Anyway, so yes, let's get this thing started. Blame. That was the card of the day. I wonder if I have it here. Is it right here? Of course it is. Blame was the card that I drew today on the Soul's Journey lesson cards. Hey Kelly, what's up? Thank you for joining me. And you got in right at the beginning too. But yes, let's talk blame, okay? My name is Biggs-Pomeroy. I'm a self-love mindset coach and a spiritual healer, and I empower women to love themselves, which heal their relationships to their partner, their children, their higher power. And today I wanted to discuss this idea of blame, okay? And this is a lesson that I see. Hey Nancy, thanks for joining me. This is a lesson that I see a lot. Like, it comes up so often, I have to talk about it. And before I get started on the talk, I wanted to go over what was said about the card in the morning. And the card, it says, I'll show you again. It has like the mandala and then blame, and then it says, "I accept responsibility for my well-being." This is the lesson, overall lesson for the day. And it says, "It is so easy to give away the power to transform your life. Certainly there have been people along your path who have shaped you into who you are today, but you are solely responsible for your own happiness. The ego," hey Nancy, "the ego can be a very fragile thing, and if it comes under fire, the first instinct is to blame an outside force. Victim consciousness weakens the connection that you have to your soul source. The mindset says, I don't have the power inside myself to break free because someone else's power is stronger. This is an illusion. When you believe that someone else is responsible for your problems, that belief is the problem. Personal responsibility can empower you to change your reality. Lasting transformation always begins on the inside and works its way out. There is a difference between a reason and an excuse. Reason is valid and unavoidable, and an excuse is an attempt to shift the blame." Now, there's a lot of people out here with this victim mentality. This is where you find yourself at the mercy of others, of life. Victims have no control over their lives, and so whatever someone else does, it directly affects them. So they blame. Everything bad that happens in their life is because someone else did it. It's not recognizing your own part in your life circumstances. Now, there's 5 reasons why we blame others. And I'm saying this like as a human being that is literally climbing up out of the jaws of victim mentality. Hey Richard, thank you for joining me. I'm coming out of this idea of victim mentality, and I'm empowering myself, and I'm taking on my own responsibility for my life and my actions. So this is something that not just like, oh, you better learn this. It's something like, hey, like, let's all learn this together. So the 5 reasons why we blame. Number 1, as a defense mechanism. So if all the attention is focused out there, then none of it's focused on me. And so I'm not bad in this scenario. Even though they say it takes 2 to tango, like there's a connection there between you and another person. So it's a defense mechanism to take all the attention, all the heat off of you. It's a way to hurt others. Number 2, it's a way to hurt others. hurt our partners, especially, like a tool for attack mode. You blaming somebody else. I'm going to attack you because it's your fault. Number 3, we don't know ourselves enough to understand why we make decisions, and it's hard for us to empathize why other people would make decisions as well. Number 4, it is way easier to blame someone else than it is to take responsibility for our own actions. Like, if your job sucks, it's way easier to blame your boss than it is to say, you're the one that keeps going there every day. Whose fault is that? Who is really to blame here, you know? Number 5, people lie. Like, the 5th reason why people blame is because people lie. It's way easier to blame someone else than it is, like, even if you know you're at fault, you figure that no one else will ever guess it was you that farted. So why not lie? And, like, that's not okay. This blaming is not okay because it shifts, instead of taking, like, your own power, your own personal power, it shifts it and it makes you powerless. It makes somebody else have more power over you. Hi, Boogie. Bougie, how do I pronounce your name? Let me know. Because at the end of the day, you are responsible for your life. You. No one else, you. You have the power to change your life circumstances at a moment's notice. You. If you don't feel like you can, then you haven't given up your need to control everything. Because at the end of the day, it's up to you to take responsibility. And you know, people love their pity parties. We do. We all do. Oh my God, you guys, this really shitty thing happened. Like, give me all your bad energy. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. You know, and all of a sudden, like, all this bad energy is built up, and, like, now this person is surrounded by all this negative energy. You see it on social media everywhere. Everything sucks. My partner, boss, gardener, child did this thing to me, and now my life is shit. Everyone send me your pity vibes, right? And so on and so forth. Or, I'm sick, you know? And I'm not saying this like for the people that, like, are sick, but I'm saying, like, in general. You're like, I'm so sick. Pity me. Pity me. And then the chorus starts again. But, like, when you say, I'm sorry that's happening to you, you take that person's personal power away to take responsibility for their own actions. Let me put it to you like this. You're sick. Why are you sick? Have you eaten poorly recently? And now your body is screaming at you to stop it, so it created this dis-ease so that you would finally pay attention to it? Think about it like that. Have you been running around, not getting sleep, not eating properly, you know, telling yourself awful things in your head, and then all of a sudden now you're sick because your body's like, take care of me? Is that why you're sick? Or are you going to blame another outside force? Your partner, boss, child, gardener did something to you, but did you mention or do you realize that how you interrupted this person, or that you failed to empathize with them, or that you acted rudely in the first place to create this situation? And ultimately, we are here to learn lessons. Don't pity somebody else's lessons, because everybody has their own path to walk. Everybody. Everybody needs their lessons so that they can move forward in this thing that we call life. So, let's talk about 10 ways to stop playing the victim and start taking responsibility for your own life. And, like, people think that responsibility is something that's placed outside of themselves. Or, like, I'm responsible because I pay my bills on time. Or I'm responsible because I have 17 cats or 17 children and everybody's still alive. That's not what I'm talking about. Responsibility starts way closer to home, and it starts with being responsible for yourself first, for your own life circumstances. And it isn't just that, like, because again, you are responsible for you. You protect you. Nobody else, you cannot expect anybody else to protect you and to care about you in place of you. Nobody else should be loving you more than you love yourself. It starts within you. And when you start taking responsibility for your life and your role in life, it starts leaking out then into all other aspects of life. Okay? So yeah, let's get to this 10 ways to stop playing the victim and start taking responsibility for your own life. Number 1, stop blaming others. Fucking stop it. Stop it. Stop blaming others. No matter what, stop looking to the other person for what is wrong in your life. Instead, look to your own role in this. If you're like, wow, well, my partner's an asshole, blah, 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 blah. Okay, but what did you do in this instance to create this situation? A lot of times parents like to blame their children for being bad kids, but many times our children act out because we fail to pick up these subtle clues that they're hinting at for vies for love and affection and being heard. And so we're instantly, oh my God, what a bad kid. They're being ridiculous and whining and all this stuff. But like, did we listen in the first place? Stop blaming others. Number 1. Number 2, be compassionate to yourself. Think of all the love and the warmth that you would give to another human being. And then 10 times that, and then give it all to yourself. Okay? All of it. Every single last bit. So many people would be like, I would do so much for you. Like, you're my best friend. And all this other crazy stuff. Do all that to you. Start that with you. Okay? Be gentle. Be compassionate to yourself. Number 3, practice gratitude. Be thankful for your lessons. Be grateful for the good, the bad, and the ugly. Be grateful that you are still here to learn. We all have known people that have passed on way quickly and people that we still miss to this day. So like, be thankful that you are still here, breathing this air, learning these lessons. Because this, every moment, we call it the present because it's a gift. Be grateful for that. Practice gratitude. Number 4, resist the urge for self-sabotage. And I say resist the urge because, like, you're gonna want to do it. And I say this like, you're gonna, like, I want to do it too, okay? This is, like, you learn, I learn, we learn together. Like, I'm learning this, and, like, I'm saying it to you, and the more that I teach you, the more I learn it, and I cement and I write these lessons on my own soul. So you think something bad, the whole idea of self-sabotage, you're just living in this, like, perpetual hell, right? I don't believe in hell as a place. I believe hell is a mindset. You can look around and, like, seriously see people like, oh, that guy over there, he's in hell right now. Because your thoughts, the negativity, you're living in a perpetual hell. You think that everything bad is going to happen. And so you're like, let's say you're in a relationship and you're like, this thing isn't going to go, it's going to go bad, it's going to go south, so I'm going to quit it before the other person quits it. Okay, that's self-sabotaging behavior. Because now you've gotten in the way of your long-term plan because you automatically thought that something bad was going to happen, when literally nothing happened. Okay? People say be realistic, but what is real is that nothing has happened yet, and you're instantly putting this negative spin on it. Okay? So you have to, let's see here. Yeah, so you end your relationship prematurely because, again, you're thinking that this is just, you just have, hey, Carolyn, thank you for joining me. You just automatically think that something negative is going to happen. So number 5, the 5th way to stop blaming or to stop playing the victim is perform random acts of kindness to others, okay? Because the more that we perform random acts of kindness to others, the more we're outside of our head. We're connecting with other people. And hey, Doria, thanks for joining me. And the more that we connect with other people, the more we're able to realize that we're not alone. And I say perform random acts of kindness, not, okay, I'm gonna outstretch myself I'm gonna stretch myself so thin, I'm gonna do and do and do and do and do. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is hold the door open for somebody when you're like walking to the gas station, hold the door open for them and smile. Random act of kindness. And then you see when people smile back at you, because people nowadays are rude AF, especially people here in the north. I live in Michigan. Especially once it starts getting cold outside, like, nobody says hi, nobody holds the door. So I make it a point, like, and even when I pass people, like, I will literally, like, pass people, oh my god, at the mall. I haven't been in the mall in months, but last time I went to the mall, I was, like, walking down a very narrow corridor, like, to the bathroom because the baby needed changing. And there was, like, this really big, burly dude, and he was wearing, like, some crazy metal, like, t-shirt, and he was bald, and he had crazy tattoos, and he was like, just looked so mean. And I was like, hey! And he was like, hi! You know? It's like random acts of kindness. Just saying hi. That's awesome. Doria says, hey, you're so inspirational. We need to chat sometime. Let's do it, man. This is what I do. I am like obsessed with personal development, okay? And I know that I needed it because I was not a very nice person for a long time. I was like living in perpetual hell. And I consciously started shifting, and now here I am bringing the shift to you. La da da da. Number 6, forgive and let go. Stop holding on to all that bitterness and anger from past hurts. Let it go. Forgiveness isn't for them. Forgiveness is for you. Resentment is like drinking poison and praying that the other person dies. I don't know if you're familiar with poison, but that's not how shit works. It doesn't serve you. So it's best to accept what happened and then move on. And like, do it in your own time. Like if somebody did something really god-awful to you yesterday, take your time, heal. And a lot of that is resentment and hatred and all of that stuff. That's okay. Feel it. Feel your feelings. But like, let it go. Like allow yourself to experience the emotions and the feelings and then let it pass through you. Number 7, build your confidence. Because if you think like you're the victim all the time, then you don't realize how great you really are. You think you're a pretty crappy person. So my best advice is to fake it. Fake it till you make it. Hi, Lakeisha. Fake it till you make it. Let me tell you, I live by this. Like, fake the confidence, okay? People are like, I see your live videos. You seem so confident. I'm like, I don't know. I just speak words. I don't know where it comes from. Maybe it was the dancing. I think it was the dancing. Because, like, I swear, when you get up on a stage full, like, in a room full of people, completely naked, and you, like, dance around for it, like, I don't know, confidence kind of comes from somewhere. Hey, Lakeisha. Hey, she says. Number 8, find where you picked this victim mentality. Find where you picked this shit up from, okay? The source of this. Because most of the time, it stems from childhood. And maybe your family, they're full of chronic blamers and chronic victims. So you learned it from them. And like, but when you take a minute to realize this, then you don't have to associate with it fully. The second you realize that like this thought pattern is not yours, you can then put space in between the thought and yourself, which means that if this is the thought and this is me, well, I can just let that go. Lakeisha says, yes, find the source. Oh my God, yes. Like, take some time and sit with yourself and realize that victim mentality is not something we are born with. This is something that is learned, that is taught, that is reinforced within us, okay? Number 9, consciously shift your mindset from victim to survivor. Like, this takes effort. I don't want to say it's work. I don't want to say it's hard work, but it takes effort. You can't just sit there and be like, okay, well, yeah, I'm a survivor. It takes effort. Just like you're going to need to sit with yourself and realize where you got this from in the first place. You need to sit with yourself and shift consciously from victim to survivor. Here, I have some comparisons here. Let me know in the comments if this makes sense to you. A victim asks how long it will take to feel good. A survivor decides to feel good even when things are not so great. Ooh, I love that one. Let's see here. A victim grinds to a halt. A survivor keeps putting one foot in front of the other. A victim wallows in self-pity. A survivor comforts others. A victim is jealous of someone else's success. A survivor is inspired by it. A victim focuses on the pain of loss. A survivor cherishes remembered joy. A victim seeks retribution. A survivor seeks redemption. And most of all, a victim argues with life. Why me? Why? A survivor embraces it. Love life. No matter what life's got for me. Good, bad, ugly, pink, purple, brown. Don't care. I love life. Okay? So, and then the very last point that I have for you today. Challenge your perceptions of reality. You know how sometimes you get caught in like a really negative mindset? A really negative loop of negative thinking? Really negative loop of negative thinking. Yep. I own it. Stamp it. We're good. Yeah, so maybe the simplest answer is the correct answer. For example, when you get in your car in the morning and you try to start it and it doesn't start, and then you start thinking, oh my God, I'm gonna lose my job, everything's shitty, blah, 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 this is the worst day ever, okay? But, like, bring it on back, and maybe the car just had a malfunction. Maybe your car doesn't actually hate you. Maybe your car is just actually suffering from a malfunction. Cars break down. That's what happens. And that's okay. Or like, maybe your friend is actually running late. Not that they hate you and they're standing you up on purpose. Like, give people the benefit of the doubt. Observe what is actually in reality instead of making up all these crazy negative stories, okay? And like, above all else, above everything else, all else, let go of victimhood so that you can be free. Okay? Like, let that shit go. Let it go. So we went over a lot of stuff today to get you to stop blaming the world and to start taking responsibility. And again, this is something that like I'm dealing with. Everybody deals with this because the way that our society is, you know, like it's shifting. It's literally shifting before our very eyes. But the way our society like is, or is starting off as, and like we started off as, it's very victim blaming. I'm out of control. I have no control. Excuse me. So like, to learn something new and learn a new way is amazing. So the reasons why we blame others, it's a defense mechanism. It's a tool for attack mode. We don't know ourselves enough to understand why others would make choices like that. If we don't know why we make choices, there's no way in hell we're going to try to understand how other people make choices. And it's way easier to blame someone else than it is to take responsibility for you. And people lie, okay? But 10 ways to stop playing the victim. Number 1, stop blaming others. Fucking stop it. Stop it. Number 2, be compassionate to yourself. All that love you would give to somebody else, give it to you first. Number 3, practice gratitude. Thank you. I love you. This is so great. I love the fact that my car didn't start today. I love it. Because you know what? It's teaching me something. Search for that. Search for the lesson. Number 4, resist self-sabotage. Don't cut your nose off to spite your face, okay? Number 5, perform acts of kindness. Get out of your head a little bit. Live a little bit, right? Number 6, forgive and let go. Forgive. You don't forgive for them. You forgive for you, okay? Because you deserve to be free. Number 7, build your confidence. Start, my thing, fake it. Like, fake it till you make it. I know a lot of people are like, I faked it, I kept a smile on my face for so long, and blah, 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 blah. My friend, Crystal Scott, I should tag her in this video. I remember in, like, the depths of my depression, she was, like, one of the happiest people I knew at the time, and I had asked her, I said, Crystal, why? How are you so happy all the time? And she says, you know what, I'm not always happy all the time. But, like, I just started smiling one day. I decided to smile one day. And then, I don't know, one day I smiled for real. And, like, that stuck with me. This happened, like 8 years ago. She told me this, 8 years ago. So then, 5, 6 years ago, I really started to do it. I just started to smile. Like, no matter, shit would happen, and I would just be like, okay, you know? And, years later, I get it. Fuck, just fake it. And not I'm dying on the inside, but just you know what? Is this really a big deal kind of a thing? Is it? Number 8. Yeah, and like, I don't know where my confidence comes from, but like, fake it. Number 8, find where you picked this up from, the source of this, and realize that it's not you. And if you know that it's not you, then you know that you can change it. Number 9, consciously shift your mindset. What is it? A victim asks how long it will take to feel good. When will I feel good? Oh, it's 6 months, a year. I don't know. A survivor decides to feel good even if things are not so great. Just like how I told you that story about my friend Crystal. I decided to keep a smile on my face. And not in a, I'm faking it. In a genuine, I'm keeping a smile on my face. I don't care that table 47 threw some ranch at me. I don't care if table 203 didn't tip me. I'm so goddamn happy to be here and alive and breathing, and I'm smiling. And then one day the smile was genuine. Like, I didn't even have to like paste it on. It was real. Okay? And like number 10, challenge your perceptions of reality. Because what you like, if you're, especially if you're like always in the negative thought process, your version of reality, like, okay, there's infinite amount of information we can take in, right? But our limited human minds can only take in so much. And many of us are hardwired to only see negativity. Some of us have hardwired ourselves to only see positivity. Whereas some people just kind of like, we take in, yes, the good, the bad, the ugly, whatever. But like, you can choose your filters. Just like on Instagram, you can choose your filters. You can choose your filters that accept the information from the outside world. And so consciously shift them into thinking, into realizing, into experiencing a more neutral type of world. More neutral. You can even do positive. I like to be neutral, to be completely honest with you. I find that people that are overly, what is the word? Overly positive or something, they find that they get really angry a lot because when things don't go right the way that they want them to, they get angry because, oh my God, the whole world is falling down on me. So yeah, the most angry people in the world are the most positive, optimistic people in the world. And like, I know that I seem really, really positive and upbeat all the time, but I really believe that I kind of have like an even flow of negative and positive because, like, I don't know, I choose to see a lot of positivity, but like if I do see negativity, it's not going to kill me. Okay? But yeah, that's all I have for you today. Woo! That was a mouthful. I wanted it to be short, but like this whole blame thing is getting ridiculous. Let me just light some incense here. I don't know. Do you guys like Palo Santo? Let me know in the comments. Yeah, I love Palo Santo. Anyway, so that's all I have for you today. Hello, everybody. My name is Bradley Biggs-Pomeroy, and I am a self-love mindset coach and a spiritual healer. All right? My job is that I empower women to love themselves so that it heals their relationships with their partner, their children, their higher power, their mother, their friends, their job, whatever. I help people with their relationships. Right now, check out my scheduling page to get some deep healing. And like I said, for right now, the next 9 days, I'm offering a full hour energy clearing plus a soul's journey card reading for $133. Clean out your energetic body, create space for positive life experiences, start drawing things to you that you do want, and learn more about your current life lesson in one session. And right now, all of my sessions, all of my services are available in just one session. But after the 20th, they're only going to be available in 4-session bundles. So, if you want to just try it out now, yo. Let me help you feel better, okay? Let me help you. It's what I do. I help people with their mindset. I help give them some spiritual healing on a deep level. And yes, so thank you for being present to your transformation and mine. Namaste. I love you.